Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome to the 2021 FIA Manufacturers Season. I guess it's Exhibition Season 2. This would be the second one after the 2021 season. Anyway, whatever it is, we'll just call it Exhibition Season 2. And I have signed with, well, as you can see, Aston Martin. It's my first time in the Aston. Very excited. Signed the contract, put my name on the dotted line, and I am ready to roll. So here we are, the first race back in the FIAs, off for quite a while. And yeah, it's time for the opera lady to come out, christen the series with her glorious tones coming from deep within her soul. All right, thank you, Opera Lady. And it is time to start the race. And I've got to admit, I was totally out of it this race. So, I break early here, not to murder anyone in the first corner. I'm like, okay, we're good now, and let's get some racing. And I did a lot of practicing. I kind of bumped that guy a little bit, went out wide, make sure he had that inside line. But then he let off and let me back in front of him. So I was a little confused there. I was like, okay, well, I mean, if he's all right with it, I guess I'm okay with it. So I was like, cool. So I brake here at the double cones where I normally brake. There was no grip. So I go wide, and I'm like, where was the grip? I'm beside myself. I'm like, I'm on the medium tires, and I mean, they felt worse than the hards. Of course, I could have a second penalty for going wide there. So, yeah, and I have, and then I brake again in my normal spot on mediums, and I go wide again. I come across. I'm starting to sweat, and I hit poor J2K there, and I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. I just hit him, and I was going, what is going on with me? What is wrong with my car? And then I was like, am I on hards? And I looked down, like, no, I'm on mediums. And then I came to realize that I forgot that when you sit, because it's been so long since we've done an FIA race, I forgot you sit there for so long that the tires get cold. And so they hadn't warmed up yet. So, I mean, I was just driving like a total noob. I killed poor J2. I feel terrible. I killed J2K. I didn't even notice that until I watched the replay that I murdered him. So anyway, I served my half-second penalty and managed to hold on to P8. So as I started there in P5, and so I'm just doing nothing but going backwards. Absolutely horrific. So I start to kind of get back into the groove again here, and I'm just, I don't know. I'm just feeling terrible. That guy goes wide, so I take me a little Greddy pass right there. I'm like, oh, sweet, I'll take that. And then I'm making a really nice run on X11, and he kind of scoots back down the inside. So I try to go the outside. He goes outside. So he's like wiggling back and forth. I don't know where he's going to go. Oh, so he kind of messed my little run up there. I was just going to run on by him and get right into Andre's slipstream. So I'm going to see if I can outbrake him here. Get on the brakes late and make the apex. And he slips in behind me. I slip in behind Andre. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's not too terrible. And I went from P5 back to P9 or whatever it was. And I'm now back up to P5 again. So not too bad. So heading back towards turn number 1. Going to go to get on the brakes, and my cones had been taken out. So I totally missed the brake marker. Almost destroy Andre Sav in the process. I stay out wide, let everyone get underneath me there in this turn, and then this poor guy in the Lexus, he's going around the outside, so I'm stuck between the two, and I'm trying not to hit anyone right there, because I realized I was just trying to re-enter the track. I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? Now my tires are dirty, so I go wide again. I mean, this is an absolute nightmare of a race. I was just terrible. And so the UDI driver there is kind of banging on my fender a little bit. I don't blame anyone, right? If someone just punted me off the track right now, I'd be like, yeah, I deserved it. I totally deserved it. I'm just doing absolutely awful. So, every once in a while you just have one of those races, you're just like, you just can't do anything right. And that was kind of the start of this race. And it seemed like even after I settled in, then, of course, my cones got taken out. And I wasn't paying attention, didn't see the 100 board. So, of course, I didn't see my brake point after the 100 board. And, it's just all downhill. But that's all right. It happens. You just put your head down. You just keep on going. So that's what we did. It was only lap 6. We had 14 more laps to go. So moving on to lap number 17. And make a run back on the Lexus driver, the UDI guy. Around the outside, I'm trying to hang it out there, see if I can, do something, and he just kind of runs me a little bit wide there, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. I didn't really like that. So that was the second time he ran me wide through that corner. And, again, like I said, if he had punted me, I guess I probably deserved it the way I was driving. But it upset me enough that I was like, all right, well, you're just going to run me wide then. So I'm on softs. He's on me's. And he's just holding me up. My race is with P10 up there, and I'm just like, okay, you're really aggravating me. And so this was after 3 laps of this. I just got a little too frustrated and just sent it down the inside right here. He leaves the door open. Cough, cough. No, he didn't. I was just totally a brutal send on my part. It was a little uncalled for. And but it happened. And I'll show the bad with the good. So that was the bad. That was bad, Greddy. You can leave a nasty comment for me there. So we come around lap 20 in P11, and that was an awful race. That was absolutely horrendous. I was in terrible form. To all the drivers in that room, apologies to every one of you. So we hop into this lobby, and I see a few names on the boards. I'm pretty excited about the race. Qualify in P5. I was actually in P2 for a little bit behind DNA Judoka. But Andre Sav and those 2 drivers you see up there managed to squeeze in between us. It was about a shoot all the way down to P. I want to say it was 15 before anyone even slipped out of the 130s into the 131s. Might have been P16. So it was a really tight lobby, and they're kind of getting away from me there on the first corner. With my nightmare start in the last race on those really cold medium tires. I decided to be a little more cautious this time and brake a little bit earlier. So, did so, and I survived. Now, we got a little pack in front of us here, and they're kind of racing side by side. A lot of action going on, and it's an opportunity for Greddy to try and make a move. I love it when I talk about myself in the third person like that. And I was like, no, I'm going to save fuel. I'm just going to hang back here, maybe save some tires, see what happens, see what unfolds, and, maybe something come up and I can just make an easy pass. Got a little tap from behind there, no big deal. I really like the way the new penalty system is, to be completely honest with you. A little bumps don't kill you, but then I get absolutely smoked by Razgriz, who's a good driver. I mean, I think he just missed his brake marker, or he was on different tires. I'm not really sure, but there you go. He hits me. No, he was on medium, so he was on the same tires, and then he hits the Mazda, and the Mazda says, woohoo, just hops up on the track. I'm guessing he hit a cone or something, but that's pretty cool. So the Mazda's doing bunny hops in the middle of the race. It was awesome. So as we come around to the end of lap 1, I am in P4. So not too terrible a start for me this time, as I wasn't driving like a complete idiot. And moving on to lap 5, picked up another position as Lalitos, or whatever that is, whatever that name is. He lost it at one point in it, and apparently I missed it when I was making these clip cuts, so apologize for that. But so now I'm in P3, heading towards turn 1. Andre Sav gets in the grass a little bit, gets sideways, and I'm not sure if he's going to come out of ghost there, so I'm doing everything I can to avoid making any contact with Andre at all. I managed to avoid him and slip down into P2, so now it's on to tire strategy, thinking time. I am on the racing mediums, going to go 7 laps on the mediums, then jump onto the hards for 6 laps, come in on the 13th lap, throw on the soft tires and some fuel. And right now I'm shifting about 3/4 because I want to go into the pit with as much fuel as possible to save some time. And I found that when I revved it out to catch the guy in front of me, usually what happens is I'd make a mistake and then end up losing it anyway. So I'm not revving it out. I'm staying with my game plan. I'm just going to stay with my game plan to the very end. So here I come into the pits, got those mediums on, switching over to the softs. The pit stop, man, the pit stop was long. I know Gran Turismo extended the pit stops in the game. That was like a 40-second pit stop or 30-second pit stop or so. Just brutal. It was forever. It took forever in the pits. I mean, you could have went up and got a glass of water or something while you're waiting for your pit stop to end. So we come out here on lap 9. And I have a soft-tired driver coming up from behind me. Now, he came from a good ways back. He was probably 4.5 seconds back, so I knew he was on the soft tire. And I was kind of hoping he would send it down the inside there, but instead he was impatient and went around the outside because I'd have let him pass me right here. But he is on the outside there, so I'm just going to back off here and just let him finish the pass and try to minimize any time loss. because this, we got 11 laps to go. We're only halfway through. So let him pass me there and move on. Later on, he pits. And so now I'm back in P2. I have an absolutely terrible last turn right there. Missed my apex by about a quarter mile, maybe a half mile or so. And I'm heading towards the pits here. That cost me about a second, which interestingly, it could play a little bit in towards the end of the race here. So heading in with about 0.8 laps of fuel left. So I did a good job saving fuel. I'm going to go on to the softs now. And so this is where I put in the fuel. Now I have a choice. I can continue the short shift and put in around maybe it's like 42% fuel or so. But I decided I want to go up to about 58, somewhere between 58 and 60, and that way I can really rev it out at the end of the race. One thing I hate is going out on soft tires at the end of the race and someone runs you down because you didn't get enough fuel. So I was like, that is not going to happen this race. I'm going to get enough fuel. I'm going to go out on the softs, and I'm going to finish it racing. Like, just balls to the wall, sending it. Much more fun way to race anyway. So that was tire strategy for me. You could have started on the softs, could have started on the hards, whatever you felt, was best for your driving style. But whatever your game plan is, I always find it best to just stick to it. You usually tend to do better that way. So that's what I did. I stuck to my game plan. And I come out and I'm like P14, on that lap. So fast forward on to lap 16, all those folks headed back in the pits. And so I moved up. I was a little nervous at first. I was like, whoa, man. I kind of fell back in the pack, but it ended up working out. So all good. Caught back up to Latam Lalitos. I took French. I didn't take Spanish. So I'm not even going to try to butcher that at all. I just did. So I lied. So I'm like, well, certainly he's going to return the favor. He's just going to let me kind of whip on by here somewhere. And I didn't want to send it there like I did earlier, but then he backed off. So I was like, okay, now this is where he's going to let me go. And well, no, he does not. But I don't blame him. We're racing this lap 16. It's all good. No major. It's nothing dirty. Just some racing. So I've got to figure out a way around him. That's my job. So coming through here, I get on the gas a little bit earlier, and I'm going to stick it down the inside and take the short route. Of course, you got distance and speed, and whoever goes the shorter distance for you going the same speed, well, you come out first. So I take the short distance line. He's got to go around the outside. And now this is where I'm going to trust him. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to trust you, dude. I'm not going to try and block the inside line. And he bump drafts me. So there you go. Boom. Little friendly bump draft. Going into turn one. I like it. So some good racing there from Mr. Latam Lalitos. I think that's correct. Anyway, so that was nice. It was nice that he didn't just send it down the inside. So coming around the end of lap 20, just hung out in P2 for many, many laps behind Oliver. Great job by him to finish out with the victory. And I come across with a P2. So super exciting. Good start to the season. I'm going to get some good points out of that. So I end up with 206 points for Aston Martin. My fresh new whip, that dope looking livery, I must say. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the action. Hope you enjoyed the races. I hope you had a good time in your race. If you did, let me know about it in the comments. Let me know how you did. Let me know who you're driving with. Curious. I always enjoy seeing where all my friends are and what they're doing and how they're performing. So if you liked the video, hit the like and subscribe. Come back and check out some more. Until the next time, for myself, Geauxgreddy. Y'all have a great evening. DJcLean, take us out of here.